Welcome back.
And as we mentioned before we went to break, we are here with our group of expert attorneys in the area of entertainment. We've got Lita Rosario, Nicole Kober, and also Jonathan Burns with us.
And we are continuing our conversation about the latest celebrity legal happenings. We're going to start with Nicole and Mike, the situation in some anger management classes.
Okay, so in my professional legal opinion, this is a very positive step in his career. Apparently, he's getting a spin-off with his family. They're doing a nice little reality show about a tanning salon. And apparently, there was a little coup behind scenes where he and his brother got into fisticuffs. Interestingly enough, one of the injuries that Mike sustained was from his mother. His mother was trying to break up the two, and she caused an injury. So I think if this anger management is a family, a unit event, I think it'd be a fabulous.
Everybody needs to
Right.
Too funny.
Well, you know, since the Jersey Shore left the air, have people started to forget about Mike the situation? I'm wondering, you know, everybody tries to stay in the limelight for extra 15 more minutes, and maybe this is, I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you have to stay relevant somehow. I don't know if he intentionally got in a fight and wanted to be charged with simple assault, but again, he's back in the headlines, so I guess good press is, I mean, any press is good press at that point.
Right.
So in 3 months, the court is going to revisit this case. What will happen with that?
Well, if he's complied with, you know, going to counseling, the anger management counseling, they will likely just drop the charges against him. It's what's called diversion, or sometimes it's called probation before judgment in some states. So if he complies and does everything that he's supposed to do, the charges will likely be dropped. Which, you know, is how our system is set up now. So, but if he messes up and he does not go to the classes, or he gets involved in another altercation in the interim, he's going to have a bigger problem.
Does he have a past history of that? Do we know? I mean, I didn't watch the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not
and
sure.
would any of that anyway even enter into?
Well, I would think that he doesn't if he got a diversion in this particular case, that he didn't have a prior record. Because if he had a prior record, he probably would have had a bigger problem.
Right.
And maybe some limited, very limited, very limited jail time, like a week or something, but possibly probation with the ankle, with the
ankle bracelet.
the ankle bracelet on. So.
All right, so 12 weeks of anger management for him. Let's talk about Ray Rice. This is a huge story in the sports world and beyond. Ray Rice got suspended for 2 games because of this alleged abuse of his wife. Do we know that he actually did hit her?
Oh, they were both charged with assault. He was actually charged with 3rd-degree assault, which ultimately got resolved, but it could have led to about a 3 to 5 year prison sentence. But that was resolved. He's going to embark on pretrial intervention, so he'll never be prosecuted for that, which led to the initial public outlash. And now with the NFL only suspending them for 2 games, people are really up in arms in terms of the leniency of both the criminal and the NFL suspension.
Right.
So did the wife press charges?
They were both charged with assault. So they were both initially charged with assault.
Oh, I see.
But she didn't press.
She didn't.
She was initially a fiancé.
Right.
And then
they
so this happened when she was the fiancé.
Right.
And let's get into that, Nicole, because I'm wondering, did they play this right, and is that affecting the outcome of this? The fact that they got married, the fact that she seemed pretty calm about what happened. She wasn't really trying to force anything on him and go after him in any way for this.
Well, your question, did they play it right? You know, to get outside of what goes on between a couple, you know, no one wants to get into that position. But again, with regard to what the Ravens had to consider and what the NFL had to consider, they have factors. They can't just go on their opinion. They have to look at the fact that though he was initially charged, those charges were dropped. They did go on to get married. He did agree to counseling, and so their arms are somewhat shackled in terms of what type of punishments that they can dole out. Now, I went to my son and I asked him, you know, what his thoughts were. In the barbershop, the general consensus was that it just looks arbitrary. These punishments seem arbitrary. You have somebody that does marijuana, they get a 6-month probation, and you have this, and they don't. The commissioner, interestingly enough, the commissioner said that the players' union is the one that determined the drug penalty. So the players all agreed that if you are caught doing drugs, this is what we are all going to agree to the punishment is. My suggestion would be that advocates talk about going to the players union and bringing this up, domestic violence, violence outside of the workplace, so to speak, since this is it is a very a serious issue, that this be brought to the players and let them be advocates and police of their own community and say, hey, we're going to agree that if this situation happens, that this is going to be the consequence, because that really is going to be the only way that they can have some kind of uniformity in punishment.
All right. Well said. Thank you very much, Nicole, Lita, John. It's been an interesting panel today. I hope you all come back and see us again, and we'll talk more celebrity legal gossip.
Sure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Live after this.